Linda!
Hello?
Wake up! Linda, have you checked the potatoes? Are they hot enough to go?
I don't know.
I think that we need to reheat them.
How do we do that, Chef?
And she's not getting her presentation right.
Not like this. Other way around, please.
Other way around.
So,
Sorry, Chef.
like this.
I think I made one or two little mistakes, I have to admit it. But learned a lot already.
Kate is making the starter of asparagus with crispy spinach and deep-fried onion rings. But as the orders begin flooding in, she's struggling with her presentation.
I think you need to redo the onion. Take this plate back, redo the onion, and please bring it back to me. Thank
Chef
you.
KK has refused to send her plate out.
Fresh onion. I think I've got quite a challenging dish because there's loads of components to it.
Harriet's lack of experience cooking fish is tested by her dish of prawns in an aromatic curry sauce with over 10 different spices.
I wouldn't mind working in this environment. I'm actually really enjoying it. It's been really nice cooking something I don't usually cook.
Ready to order?
She is quickly at ease with the complex spicing and delicate cooking of her prawns.
Good.
Linda's making pan-fried lamb cutlets with coriander and chilli, served with turmeric and cumin mash.
Linda, I need one lamb cutlet from you.
From the outset, she panics under the pressure.
Where's the ghee? Where's the ghee? Where's the ghee?
It's halfway through service, and Kate has now mastered the presentation of her dish.
2 asparagus, Chef.
They look good, fabulous, Kate.
Thank you. I hope that I'm doing quite well. Chef seems to be quite pleased with me, so...
But Linda is still stressed and confused.
Linda!
Hello?
Wake up! Linda, have you checked the potatoes? Are they hot enough to go?
I don't know.
I think that we need to reheat them.
How do we do that, Chef?
And she's not getting her presentation right.
Not like this. Other way around, please.
Other way around.
So,
Sorry, Chef.
like this.
I think I made one or two little mistakes, I have to admit it. But learned a lot already.
Meanwhile, Harriet calmly keeps up with demand.
How many more prawn curry have you got with you?
2, Chef, and I've got 4 about to go.
Good.
And Kate's asparagus is flying out of the kitchen.
2 asparagus.
All right, Kate, they look very nice.
Thank you,
That's
Chef.
wonderful. Well done.
Thank you.
2 hours later, and they've served over 75 covers. It's time for John and Greg to meet head chef KK.
Tell me about Kate.
I think Kate has more component to her starter dish, but she did amazingly well what she was supposed to do.
Right, Harriet.
Harriet understood the dish very well. She understood the flavor and timing of the cooking.
How about Linda?
Linda was a little bit shaky and a little bit confused and a little bit panicky. I really can't afford that in a kitchen when I'm serving the food out to the customer.
Out of the 3 of them, who would you actually employ and why?
I think Kate was more organized. She had a lot of orders to do, but she pulled it off very nicely. She did the final presentation of this like a professional chef today.
Now they're straight back to MasterChef HQ to cook their best 2-course meal. Harriet has to step up a level after yesterday's simple soup, but she coped well in the kitchen. Can she now show the judges she has enough experience to become a quarter-finalist? Linda's seriously impressed with her fish cakes, but she panicked in the restaurant. She now needs to prove she's got what it takes. Kate shone in the pro kitchen, but yesterday her dish lacked punch. Everything now rests on her 2 courses.
Welcome back. Show us that you want to be a quarter-finalist and deliver John and I fantastic food. You have 1 hour. Do it.
They have to cook a 2-course meal of their own design. Only one will win a place in Friday's quarter-final.
Tell us what you're going to cook for us, Linda.
This is something that I do at home, and it's usually done with the wild mushrooms that we pick off the mountain. It's sort of like a wild mushroom gnocchi, really.
Your first course is?
Squid and prawn deep-fried skewers on a 3 pepper and lime salsa.
Linda, can you win?
I'd like to think I could, actually. Yes.
I love the idea of the main course. Choux pastry gnocchi with lots and lots of mushrooms, a great sauce, parmesan cheese. Very simple, but sounds absolutely delicious.
I've eaten far too much heavy gnocchi for me to be comfortable with that. What are we going to get from you, Kate, that is going to make you a quarter-finalist?
A balsamic onion tart, followed by a rack of lamb with a red wine reduction.
What does that say about you?
I could say that I like good quality, good flavours.
Do you have a big enough repertoire, do you think, Kate, to make it as MasterChef?
Absolutely. I have actually got a massive repertoire of food.
Nothing wrong with Kate's food at all, apart from it is so predictable.
If she does all the components really, really well, then of course there's promise.
I don't want to scare you guys, but you are halfway. You have already had half an hour.
Harriet, will you tell us what you're going to cook for us today?
Wild mushroom soup. And then for the main course, I'm going to do breast of wild duck pan-fried with an elderberry and blackcurrant sauce.
We've got what looks like a very, very English menu. Is that on purpose?
It wasn't on purpose, it's just the food I like to cook. I love game, so I chose duck. I love using things that I can pick. You know, I've got the elderberries myself, you know, they're in season. I just love the taste of the countryside.
You are obviously a very young contestant. Can you have possibly picked up enough knowledge to win this competition?
I'm a very fast learner, I love to learn, and I'm hungry for it.
The duck and the wild elderberry sauce. Now that's exciting.
I think today is not going to be about the person who cooks the best. I think it's going to be the people who make the most mistakes going to knock themselves out.
2 minutes, please. That is it. That's it. Finished.
For starters, Harriet has made wild mushroom soup. Her main is duck served on potatoes with elderberry and blackcurrant sauce.
It's a very well flavoured, very well conceived, very well thought out bowl of soup.
Lighter than I imagined. Packed full of mushrooms. But pepper's a spice and it's best off put in while you're cooking.
Okay.
Should we move on?
Do.
The predominant flavour is the sourness of that sauce. The duck has enough flavour just to cope with it. I'm probably happy enough to go back for another mouthful right now, but I think the sauce could probably be toned down a little bit.
Okay.
Nicely cooked duck, not a huge amount of flavour. That is slightly sharp and very, very fruity. You look a little bit sad.
I really want this, I really do. And if it takes practice, learning, I'm up for it, definitely.
Linda is starting with squid and prawn skewers on a bed of lime and pepper salsa, followed by mushroom gnocchi with parmesan and prosciutto cream sauce.
The lime and the pepper and all that salad mash in your mouth, I think, detracts from your squid. It's not particularly pleasing.
I like the flavour of the lime that's in the back of that because of the salsa. I don't think the peppers add anything at all, and it would have been just great to have a big pile of fried squid and prawns with the lime mayonnaise. From starter to our main, our mushroom gnocchi. They're big boys, aren't they?
Gnocchi's a little bit too heavy. It's not particularly attractive, but it tastes far, far better than I thought it would.
It is a seriously heavy dish.
Yes, rib sticking stuff.
This is rib sticking stuff. I am not going to need a meal for about 3 weeks after eating that.
Kate's starter is a goat's cheese onion and aubergine tart with rocket salad. Her main is rack of lamb with red wine reduction, wilted spinach and sauté potatoes.
Lovely sweet red onions, a hint of balsamic, The aubergine I can feel as a texture, I can't taste at all, so I wonder quite what it's doing in there.
The flavours are there. The skin on the aubergine is still quite tough, and I think once you start playing with greasy goat's cheese and buttery puff pastry, you're in danger of getting something quite greasy. Lamb main course.
Yes.
If there's one thing that people are going to learn from this series of MasterChef, is that a rack of lamb takes a lot longer than 12 minutes. I can tell you now it takes about 20 to 25.
Okay.
Everybody undercooks it, and what you end up with is you end up with this sort of jelly meat. Rosemary, that sort of woody roast potato flavour, the sweetness of the red wine reduction, and actually what we've got here is a piece of lamb which is a bit...
That red wine reduction could be a little bit thicker, but the flavours are all there. The rosemary coming off the lamb is very, very good indeed. Your potatoes are very well done. They just do not feel right in the sweetness of that red wine. I think you have the makings of a very good cook. I don't think we're that far away.
Okay.